let's say, Nick, you're President Trump's son, and your son that served the military, you're a well-known decorated sniper like yourself, 33 confirmed, 3.5 months, Afghanistan, 100+ assignments you've been on, protecting a VP, protecting Hillary, First Lady, protecting a bunch of Supreme Court guys. After this event happens, he's at the house or on the Trump plane, and you're talking to him. And even fast forward to a week later, after you've seen all these different things that is going on, you're sitting with the family. It's yourself, it's, say, his daughter Ivanka, Junior, Eric, all the people that are involved. What are you telling your father?
I'm telling him to, if not switch up his entire team. My dad, well, that's a tough one. I would not want him to continue to run under that Secret Service, detail. I would be in fear of my dad losing his life every time he went out, because it feels like the powers that be possibly just don't want him to be in power. And the amount of just controversy, and there's more questions than we have answers at this point. And I don't think we shouldn't even be at this level. I think that I would be in fear of my dad's life, and I would debate whether I would be comfortable with him continuing on to even venture out and hold these rallies, or even let alone become the next president.
Okay, so let's role play. You say that to me, and I tell you, Nick, you're overthinking it. America needs me right now. We need to make America great again. You know I'm not going to stop. So I understand. I love you. You're my son. I appreciate you giving me love and looking out for me. But tell me this. I'm going to do this. What I need from you is, what can we do and what do we need to do internally ourselves to make sure we're fully protected?
100% re-vet everybody. Go back through the vetting process again. Re-vet everybody. Somebody's from at the highest level. You'd have to. I would go back and re-vet everyone.
Okay, so what's your process for vetting? So he's going to ask you, okay, so how do we re-vet them? What do you ask them?
I want polygraphs on everybody in the detail.
Polygraphs?
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, 100%. At that level, yes, you have to. You have to.
Okay, go. I'm following. Polygraph, what else?
I want polygraphs done, complete history check for the past 10 years, and possibly even look at cell phone records as well. I need to know who you're talking to, texting, work phone, personal phone. Yeah, 100%. Those would be my big three.
Okay, so I got a polygraph, a complete list of work history last 10 years, cell phone. And so on the polygraph test that you do, what questions are you asking me? I'm one of the guys. What are you going to ask me?
Did you have any prior knowledge to the attempted assassination attempt? Did you have any prior knowledge that... anything, I guess, yeah. Did you have any prior knowledge of an assassination attempt against Donald Trump would be one question. What's another good question? I'm trying to ask or think of some that we've been asked.
Maybe, do you have any hate towards Donald Trump?
Do you have any hate or disdain towards Donald Trump?
Are you in communication with anybody in the FBI?
There you go.
Or the CIA who... has given you direction on, okay, so now...
Those are scary questions.
Those are scary questions. Okay, so now let's just say he says to you, that's a great idea. He goes to his guy and says, everybody needs to be vetted with these following three. Say the team is 100 people, 50 people that you're going to go vet. Okay, of the 50 people that you're going to go vet, 10 people say, I'm not going to go through the polygraph test and give up my phones.
You're done.
Automatic, you're out.
Automatic, you're done.
Okay, the other 40 that say yes, you go through it. Say 2 people come out, you feel uncomfortable. Well, now you keep the 38.
Yep.
And then what do you do to replace the other 12? Who do you go recruit? Where do you bring in from? Who else do you bring into the team?
I would go to the special operations community.
To the PMC side?
PMC side, 100%. That's where I would go. They have way more training. They have more real-world experience in high-threat environments like that. And I think that not having that level of threat, sometimes people can kind of get complacent and lackadaisical on the job. They're like, hey, there's no threat. We've never been, shot at. No assassination attempt has been conducted since like 1981, or somewhere around that time.
March 31st of 81.
That's Reagan. Yep. So I think that you can kind of get complacent and you feel invincible at that point. But I would go to the guys who have been in combat and been in that environment for like the past 20 plus years. And they're used to that line of work. They know where to look and how to operate.
You know, when we were watching Kim Cheadle and all these guys are being interviewed, we need 60 to 90 days of investigation to get the report back to you. 60 to 90 days. What are you talking about, right? How many of these fixes are quick fixes? Like what you're asking for right now, Donald is going to say, no, I'm going to continue. Tell me the feedback. Then if that's the case, polygraph 100%, complete history of the 10 years, cell phone records, I need to know exactly what the communication is. Check, check, check. We do that. How quickly can we make these adjustments to increase the chance of us being safe?
Oh, a matter of weeks.
Oh, so still weeks, though.
Matter of weeks.
So that's still going to take a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So we're losing a few weeks of campaign trail.
I think that's worth it. I think it's 100% worth it. I'd rather have a guy campaigning than no guy at all.
Are you still working with any PMCs or not at all?
No.
When's the last time you worked with a PMC?
2012 on the record.
I'm assuming on the record. So off the record, we don't know. But 2012 on the record. Okay, fair. So have you or any of your 30 snipers that are top 30 of the best snipers in the world, definitely in America, have they gotten any calls from any PMC saying we need new people to be hired to protect the president? Has there been any activity in the back end?
Negative. It's more so guys are
so weird
going
to me.
overseas. The latest hotspot, where is this guy going? I want to say it was Libya. I think it was Libya, somewhere around that area. But yeah, no phone calls from Secret Service.
So let me ask you. Let's just say if I'm part of the Trump administration, I'm close to him, and I say, look, President, we've raised, let's just say $400 million, give or take, whatever the dollar amount is. We have to hire people. How much would it cost me to hire 10 of the best snipers from a PMC for them to be vetted with all these things that I have here to bring in, that I'm going to have them with me between now and November 5th? 10 snipers, what would it cost me between now and November 5th? So let's do the math. That's 90 days, so 3 months. So calculate 3 months for 10 snipers.
$1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day, so it's really $900,000. Bro, that's nothing.
Nothing.
Are you freaking kidding me?
That's a good paying gig.
Oh my God,
$1,000 a day.
Are you kidding me? So I can go. So I can get a hold of 10 snipers that I can have with 90 days. And who else would you hire? Like typically, like let's just say you want to develop, like we're developing a new site, an aggregator site that we're using 15 machine learning guys, but we need to have a project manager that's managing these guys to make sure we hit the hard deadlines and we're getting weekly reports and all this other stuff. So if I get 10 snipers that I bring in, who else do I need to hire to be able to manage and lead these guys to work together? What else would I need?
One manager, one team lead. Of course, your weapons. You need an armorer. Yeah, and it's a
okay. Let's go with it. One manager, one team lead. How much is that? 90 days.
$1,200, $1,500 a day.
$1,500 a day. So let's just go $1,500 a day. That's $135,000 over 90 days. Team lead and manager, same price. Can we say the same
price?
thing?
Yep.
So let's say $270,000 I got right there. Okay. I have $900,000 for the 10 snipers we're looking at. And then how much is it to rent the weapons? Or do guys bring their own weapons?
I would probably go with the weapons they asked for, get new weapons.
How much is that going to cost me? 10 snipers.
High end, we'll get some really good glass too, Schmidt-Bender scopes, maybe some 6.5s, 308s. All in all, you could probably 10 snipers. Everything you need $100,000.
Total for the 10. So 10 grand
We're
a
talking
piece.
radios, everything, yeah.
So to rent those equipments for 90 days is 10 grand per sniper for 90 days.
You can go a little bit higher than that. There's some running about $15,000, $20,000.
Let's say 20. Okay,
yeah.
so we got another $200,000 for equipment. At this point, I'm at 117. I'm at $1,370,000. And if we were able to do that, Nick, if we were able to do that, we spend $1.4 million to get 10 snipers like you who are very good at what they do with 2 team leads, all the equipment properly. Between now and November 5th, what would be the likelihood of somebody being able to take out President Trump?
Impossible.
Did you say impossible?
Impossible.
President Trump's administration, I hope you're listening to this. Okay? And is it easy for them to get a hold of PMCs to get this done?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So how many PMCs are there right now that they can call that can help with this?
At that level, snipers, not many snipers. I would say good, active, still up to quals. Thousands. There's a few thousand.
There's few thousand snipers.
3,000 to 5,000 snipers.
3,000 to 5,000 snipers. Yeah. And is there a way for me to get to the top 1% of all the snipers? If it's like 3,000 snipers, I get the top 30?
Yeah, I know a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so would the cost for that go higher than $1,000 a day?
At that level, you can bump it up to probably $1,500 a day, and we're talking the best, $1,500 to $2,000. $2,000 a day, you're going to get some high quality SAS style Delta Force guys. Let's
go to $2,000 a day. That makes it $1.8 million. I'll have to add another $900,000 to this budget. We're still only at $2.27 million.
You got a good team.
And if I get these guys that are Delta guys for the next 90 days, am I bulletproof 100%?
Bulletproof.
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 So for me, see, the process we just went through right now, and I appreciate you helping me out going through this process together. One, as a son, what would your feedback be? Number one, Dad, stop. I don't want you to do this because we love you. We don't want you to do anything. You went straight as a son talking to the father. Father tells you, I appreciate the love. I'm doing this for America. You can't stop me. I'm going to do it now. I want you to think about what things for me to do if we were to move forward. Perfect. I knew you were going to say that, and I'm ready for that. Number one, we have to go in, check everybody out, polygraph. Number two, we have to make sure we check their 10-year work history. Number three, we have to go out there and get all their phone records, who they're communicating with. Anybody that doesn't even want to do this, they're out. Okay, these guys don't want to do it. You're out. These other guys want to do it. Come on in. Next, we need to get 10 of the best snipers, a team leader, manager, get the equipment that's going to cost us around $2.2, $2.3 million. Okay, make the call. I want all the 10 snipers to be former Delta guys. I got them. They're lined up. They love you. They want to work for you. Perfect. Let's go. Now we're safe and protected. Let's roll. Yeah. Let's go on the campaign trail.
100%.
And from the process of us deciding we're going to spend this $2.2 million to getting the guys here with me today, how long would this take?
Weeks, couple of weeks, a week and a half.
So a week and a half would be what? It's kind of like, you're watching like some of these movies where they're like, hey, guys, hey, oh, shit, I'm on a prime. I'm in. Okay, boom. We need you to meet you 10 days over here. Yes, we're in.
Too easy.
That's it.
Too easy.
Okay. So
it could be less than that. Less than that.
Especially in an occasion like this, where it's such a historic moment, people may want to do it for less money. People may want to do it more even.
I've heard pro bono. I've heard guys who would do it for free. I know guys who would do it for free. Like really
the
good
best
guys.
of the best that would be willing.
Guys.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Because I get people that send me a Connect, and I know you're on Connect, and people can ask you any questions on Connect with your QR code is officially there. For some of you watching this right now, you got like 100 questions. Just send a Connect to Nick and say, hey, how would I handle this? How would I do this? How would I do that? You don't need to email, DM, Insta. People don't have time to get back to people, but in Connect, he'll get back to you. But for me, there's a lot of guys that will Connect me, and they'll say, Pat, here's who I am. This is what I've done. Can you please tell the administration I'm willing to help? Whatever is needed, I'm in. I'm willing to. I did this. This is my background. Look at my resume. Here's what I worked. I think there's a lot of people right now that want to be involved for being able to.
I wanted to.
You wanted to?
I still would. Yeah.
So if you got the nod to want to do something, you'd participate.
100% I would, without question. Yeah. Without question.
How are your abilities today? Are you still actively shooting your
Oh, yeah.
Okay, got it. So that's not like
weekly,
something.
Yeah.
Weekly, you're still out there doing this. Okay. Anything else while we're talking about these things for, while you're seeing all of these things going back and forth with the stories, what other angles have you looked at, or your peers that you've spoken about that maybe the rest of the market isn't talking about? Anything else?
Nothing that stands off the top of my head, other than that it screams setup. It screams setup, or at the least extreme incompetence. And I'm thankful that who was in charge of the Secret Service? She was a female.
Kim Cheadle.
Yeah, she's gone now. Stepped down.
Yeah.
that's a good sign. But now we have to look at, where do we go from here? And there's so many more questions that need to be answered, and none of them really have been answered straightforward. Like, they give one answer, and you have more questions that, spring and spread off of that. It just seems really deceitful to the American people.
How great is it that at a time like this, when you have questions about politics, you can ask Candace Owens, Chris Cuomo, Tulsi Gabbard, all on Minnect. And if you got questions about what happened here with the sniper, and I got questions about what happened with the Secret Service assassin. I want to ask somebody that was a sniper before. Now you can. Nick Irving, 33 confirmed kills. As a sniper, Army Ranger, is on Minnect. Ask him whatever question you want. He'll respond back to you. Just click on that QR code, download the app, start asking now.